The secret world of the jungle elephants. Welcome to the secret world of the jungle elephants, where we embark on a journey into the heart of the jungle to uncover the hidden lives of one of nature's most awe-inspiring creatures. In this lush, vibrant world, the jungle elephant is not just a creature of immense size and strength, but a keystone of the ecosystem. These majestic giants roam the dense forests, navigating through towering trees, thick vines, and swamps, their enormous frames gracefully moving through the underbrush. As we delve deeper, we will explore the intricate social structures that make jungle elephants unique. They live in tight-knit family groups, led by wise matriarchs who guide their young with nurturing care and wisdom passed down through generations. Family bonds are unbreakable, with elephants showing remarkable empathy and cooperation. They communicate in ways that remain a mystery to many, using low-frequency sounds that travel for miles through the jungle, a hidden language understood only by those who share their world. Beyond their family life, these elephants are also incredible travelers, embarking on long migrations across the jungle to find food and water, or sometimes to follow ancient routes their ancestors once tread. Their presence helps shape the jungle's ecosystem in profound ways, from creating clearings in the dense forest that allow sunlight to reach the ground, to dispersing seeds that help new plants to grow. Join us as we explore the hidden wonders of the jungle elephant's life, discovering how these gentle giants are woven into the fabric of the jungle itself. Episode 1. Giants of the Jungle. Meet the jungle elephants. In the heart of the dense jungle, a different breed of elephant roams, smaller yet equally majestic compared to their savanna relatives. Welcome to the world of the jungle elephant, a species that is perfectly adapted to thrive in the wild, lush landscapes of the rainforest. Though they share the same remarkable intelligence and social structure as the larger African elephants, jungle elephants have evolved unique physical characteristics that set them apart. At first glance, the jungle elephant's smaller size is the most noticeable difference. Standing at a height of 8 to 10 feet, they are notably shorter than their savanna cousins, who can tower up to 13 feet. Their more compact frame is an advantage in the dense jungle, where navigating through thick vegetation and towering trees requires a certain level of agility. Their slender, straighter tusks are adapted to clear dense underbrush rather than digging or stripping bark, and their ears, although still large, are more rounded and proportionate to their smaller bodies. Despite their smaller stature, jungle elephants are not to be underestimated. Their thick gray skin, covered in a fine layer of hair, helps them blend into the forest shadows, providing them with a form of camouflage. Their trunks are long and dexterous, capable of picking up delicate objects or uprooting a tree when necessary. These physical traits make them perfectly suited for the jungle environment, allowing them to move with surprising ease through the thick undergrowth, where larger elephants might struggle. As we continue on this journey into the secret world of the jungle elephants, we'll uncover even more fascinating adaptations that enable these giants to thrive in the jungle's secret corners. Living in the jungle. The dense, humid jungles of Africa are a world of their own, and for the jungle elephants, surviving here is no easy feat. From thick vines to tangled underbrush, the rainforest presents a series of unique challenges that require remarkable adaptability. In this episode, we dive into how these elephants have evolved over time to navigate, forage, and thrive in an environment that seems, at first glance, to be too overwhelming for even the largest of creatures. One of the biggest hurdles for jungle elephants is the dense vegetation that surrounds them. Unlike their savanna relatives who roam open plains, jungle elephants must maneuver through a complex maze of trees, shrubs, and swamps. Their smaller size is a key adaptation that allows them to move with surprising agility through the underbrush, where even the mightiest creatures would struggle. Their trunks are not only strong but also extraordinarily sensitive, allowing them to feel their way through the thick vegetation, grabbing leaves or branches with incredible precision. Their trunks also play a critical role in gathering food, water, and navigating the dense forest floors. Another significant challenge is the unpredictable availability of food and water. Unlike the savanna, Where food and water sources are more predictable and spread out, the jungle is a constantly shifting environment. During the wet season, rivers swell and flood areas, while in the dry months, water becomes more scarce. Jungle elephants are skilled at locating hidden water sources, often digging in the earth or using their trunks to reach deep pools beneath the jungle floor. Their diet is diverse, feeding on everything from tree bark and fruit to leaves and shrubs, ensuring that they have the nutrients they need even in the most difficult conditions. These elephant social structures also contribute to their survival in such a challenging environment. Families of jungle elephants often travel together, with older, experienced matriarchs leading the group to waterholes and through the safest routes in the jungle. The matriarchs have a deep knowledge of the landscape, passed down through generations, guiding their families through seasonal changes and food shortages. In the jungle, every step, every decision is vital to survival, and the elephant's ability to adapt to these challenges is a testament to their resilience and intelligence. As we explore more, we'll continue to uncover how the jungle elephant's survival strategies are finely tuned to this complex and ever-changing world. Role in the ecosystem. Jungle elephants are more than just inhabitants of the forest. They are vital architects of the ecosystem, playing a crucial role in maintaining the health and biodiversity of the rainforest. Through their feeding habits, movement patterns, and interactions with their environment, these magnificent creatures have a far-reaching impact that helps shape the very landscape they live in. One of the primary ways jungle elephants contribute to the ecosystem is through their feeding. These giants are known as keystone species, meaning their actions directly influence the survival and health of other species in the forest. As they forage for food, jungle elephants consume vast amounts of vegetation, including leaves, bark, and fruit. Their ability to strip the bark from trees or uproot shrubs creates openings in the forest, allowing sunlight to reach the forest floor. This encourages new plant growth and creates a diverse range of habitats for smaller animals. In fact, the plants that elephants eat often rely on these disturbances to thrive. Some species of trees, like the fruit-bearing trees elephants favor, actually depend on elephants to help spread their seeds, ensuring the regeneration of the forest. But it's not just what they eat. It's also where they go. The movement patterns of jungle elephants are essential in maintaining the health of the forest. As they roam through the dense jungle, their movement clears paths that create corridors for other species to travel. These natural highways allow animals, such as smaller mammals and birds, to access different parts of the jungle that they otherwise couldn't reach. In doing so, elephants help to sustain a variety of animal populations that depend on these corridors for migration, mating, and feeding. Furthermore, jungle elephants are also instrumental in the forest water cycle. Their massive size allows them to dig water holes with their trunks or clear areas near rivers to access hidden water sources. These actions help to redistribute water throughout the ecosystem, benefiting other creatures who rely on these water sources for survival. When elephants dig into dry riverbeds or clear out stagnant pools, they create fresh water sources for countless other species, making them not just creatures of the jungle, but caretakers of it as well. In this way, jungle elephants maintain a delicate balance within the rainforest, ensuring the health of plant life, the movement of animal populations, and the overall vitality of the ecosystem. Their role is not just as passive residents, but as active contributors to the biodiversity and sustainability of the jungle. As we continue to explore the lives of these incredible creatures, we'll see how their presence is integral to the very survival of the rainforest itself. The family bond, social structures, and hierarchies. In the depths of the jungle, where the towering trees form a canopy above and the forest floor teems with life, the jungle elephant's most powerful strength lies not in its size or tusks, but in its family bonds. These creatures form close-knit family units, each with a sophisticated social structure led by the oldest and most experienced female, the matriarch. In this episode, we delve into the fascinating social world of elephant herds, exploring the crucial role that family plays in their survival. At the core of every elephant herd is the matriarch, a wise and seasoned female who is the undisputed leader. Her position is not determined by physical strength, but by her vast knowledge of the jungle's landscape, the migration routes, and the seasonal changes that affect food and water availability. Matriarchs are the memory keepers of the herd, having accumulated years of experience in navigating the challenges of the jungle. Their decisions shape the herd's movements, and their wisdom is vital for ensuring the survival of the group. When food is scarce or danger is near, it is the matriarch who leads her family to safety, guiding them with a calm and steady presence. The family unit, led by the matriarch, is a tight-knit group composed of her daughters, granddaughters, and young males. The males, once they reach maturity, are often driven out of the herd to live solitary lives or join bachelor groups. Meanwhile, the females remain together, forming a cohesive social group that functions like a complex network of support. The bonds within the herd are incredibly strong. Elephants communicate with each other through a range of vocalizations, gestures, and even vibrations sensed through the ground. These methods allow them to stay in constant contact, especially when navigating the dense jungle or when separated by obstacles. Within this tight family structure, every member has a role to play. Younger elephants, especially the calves, are protected and nurtured by the older females, while the older siblings often assist in caring for the younger ones. The entire family unit participates in the upbringing of the young, with the older elephants teaching the younger ones essential skills for survival. From locating food to avoiding predators and navigating the jungle's many hazards, the lessons passed down from one generation to the next are invaluable. But the family structure isn't just about protection and survival. It's about emotional connection. Elephants are deeply empathetic creatures, and their relationships within the herd are based on mutual care and support. When an elephant is in distress, the family rallies together, offering comfort and reassurance. Similarly, when a family member is in danger, the herd will come together to defend and protect, sometimes even risking their own lives. This emotional bond is a crucial part of what makes the jungle elephant such a successful and enduring species. The strength of their family units ensures that the herd thrives, no matter the challenges that arise in the ever-changing jungle environment. As we continue our exploration of the jungle elephant's world, we'll uncover more about the complexities of these social structures and the profound relationships that hold these families together. The jungle elephant's social bonds are not just vital to survival. They are the heartbeat of the jungle itself. Roles within the herd. At the very heart of the herd's organization is the matriarch, the oldest and most experienced female, whose role goes far beyond leadership. She is a decision-maker, guiding the herd to water sources, food, and safety. Her wisdom is invaluable, as her knowledge of the jungle and its seasonal rhythms allows her to make the best choices for the group. The matriarch's influence shapes the herd's behavior and survival, ensuring that the family unit can weather the challenges of the forest. Behind the matriarch are the older females, who help maintain the herd's stability by supporting the leadership and assisting with the upbringing of the younger elephants. These adult females are highly protective of the calves and play a critical role in teaching them how to navigate the jungle, avoid dangers, and communicate with the rest of the herd. These aunties and older sisters act as secondary caregivers, stepping in to nurture and protect the younger elephants when needed. Their collective experience and nurturing presence ensure that the younger elephants are well prepared for life in the jungle. The calves, of course, are the future of the herd. Though young and vulnerable, they are not left to fend for themselves. The entire herd participates in their care, with older elephants providing protection and guidance as they grow. Calves learn essential survival skills through observation and imitation, picking up the subtle communication signals used by the adults and developing their own ability to interact with the environment. As they grow older, calves are gradually given more responsibility in the herd's social activities, including foraging and keeping watch for danger. The young males, once they reach adolescence, begin to separate from the herd. These teenage elephants start to develop their own independence, learning to survive outside the protective embrace of the family unit. While the males may eventually leave to form bachelor groups or live solitary lives, Their transition is a gradual process, and their time in the herd is spent learning from the older males, who serve as role models for strength and behavior. These young bulls, although not involved in the day-to-day nurturing of the calves, contribute by helping to protect the herd from threats, especially from predators like lions or other dangers in the jungle. Through all these roles, from the youngest calf to the eldest matriarch, the elephant herd functions as a tightly knit social unit. Every member has a responsibility, and together, they create a dynamic support system where knowledge, protection, and care are shared across generations. This deep interdependence fosters a sense of unity and continuity, allowing the herd to thrive in the ever-changing environment of the jungle. The roles within the herd are not static. They evolve as the elephants grow and change, ensuring that the herd remains adaptable and resilient in the face of any challenges that come their way. Social behaviors and communication. In the dense, lush jungles where visibility is often limited and the environment is filled with constant movement, jungle elephants have developed highly sophisticated ways to communicate with each other. Unlike many species, elephants don't rely solely on vocal sounds to express themselves. Instead, they use a rich combination of sounds, vibrations, and body language to maintain their complex social structure, coordinate movements, and ensure the safety and unity of the herd. At the core of their communication is their ability to produce a wide range of vocalizations. The most well-known is the trumpet, a loud, sharp sound that signals excitement, distress, or a call to the herd. Elephants also produce low-frequency rumbles that travel for long distances, which can be heard by other elephants even miles away. These rumbles are not only used to communicate within the herd, but also to send messages to other herds that might be in the vicinity. The deep rumbles are often so subtle that humans can't hear them, but elephants have highly sensitive hearing and can detect these sounds with ease, understanding them as signals for everything from locating a water source to warning of potential threats. Beyond vocal sounds, elephants have an extraordinary ability to communicate through vibrations. Their sensitive feet and trunks are equipped to detect the tiniest tremors in the ground, which they use to feel what is happening around them. When an elephant makes a rumbling sound, it creates vibrations that travel through the earth, and other elephants can pick up these vibrations through their feet. This form of communication is especially important in dense forests where direct line-of-sight communication is often impossible. For instance, when a matriarch or other family member senses danger, the vibration signals can be detected by other herd members, even if they are separated by thick vegetation. In addition to these vibrations, elephants use body language to communicate their emotions and intentions. The way an elephant holds its ears, the position of its trunk, or the angle of its tusks all send clear messages to the rest of the herd. For example, when an elephant flaps its ears widely, it's usually a sign of alertness or aggression, signaling a potential threat or challenge. A calm, relaxed stance, on the other hand, indicates safety and reassurance. The trunk itself is a highly expressive tool in communication, used to convey a wide range of messages, from gentle gestures of affection when one elephant touches another, to a more forceful movement when asserting dominance or leading the herd. Touch is another key aspect of elephant communication. Elephants frequently engage in physical contact, whether it's a mother wrapping her trunk around her calf for reassurance, or a family member gently pushing another with its trunk to offer comfort or support. This tactile communication strengthens the bonds between individuals, reinforcing the social fabric of the herd. The social behaviors of jungle elephants are a testament to their complex emotional lives. Their ability to communicate in so many different ways allows them to stay connected, coordinate their movements, and offer support to one another. Whether it's through the deep, rumbling calls that echo through the jungle, the subtle vibrations that travel across the forest floor, or the gentle touch of a trunk, elephants have mastered the art of communication in a way that is both sophisticated and deeply emotional. As we continue to explore their world, we will see just how these communication methods play a vital role in maintaining the harmony and survival of the herd. A day in the life, survival skills in the jungle, feeding and foraging. In the heart of the jungle, where thick trees and tangled vines create a labyrinth of green, jungle elephants must be resourceful to find the food they need to sustain their immense size. Unlike their savanna counterparts, who often have open grasslands to roam, jungle elephants thrive in an environment rich with dense foliage, towering trees, and unpredictable landscapes. In this episode, we explore the diverse and adaptive feeding habits of jungle elephants and how they navigate the dense vegetation to find food. Jungle elephants have an incredibly varied diet that is shaped by the jungle's abundant, yet often difficult to access, plant life. Their meals consist of a wide array of leaves, fruit, bark, branches, and even grasses that grow in the shaded undergrowth of the forest. Due to their massive size, they require large quantities of food to fuel their daily activities. An adult jungle elephant can consume up to 150 kilograms, 330 pounds, of food in a single day, and their diet is constantly changing with the seasons. One of the key feeding behaviors of jungle elephants is their ability to forage across different levels of the forest. Their long trunks are used like a powerful tool to reach high branches for fruit or to strip leaves from tall trees. With a gentle but firm grip, they can pluck fruits, such as wild figs and bananas, from branches that are high above the forest floor. Their trunks are also adept at pulling down branches or tearing apart bark from trees to get at the tender parts beneath, which are rich in nutrients. At the same time, jungle elephants use their massive size to their advantage by pushing aside bushes, trampling over dense undergrowth, and even uprooting entire plants. This not only provides them with food, but also creates clearings in the jungle. These small disturbances are vital for the ecosystem, as they allow light to reach the forest floor, helping other plants to grow, and creating a balance in the forest food chain. Because the jungle environment can be more challenging to navigate than open savanna, elephants also rely on their keen sense of smell to locate food. Their sensitive trunks can detect food sources from far away, guiding them through the thick vegetation. They have an impressive memory for locations as well, and over the course of their lives, they learn where food is abundant during different seasons. This knowledge is passed down from the matriarch to the younger elephants, ensuring that the herd knows where to find the best food sources when times get tough. While elephants can forage for food throughout the day, they are careful to maintain their energy reserves and avoid overexertion. They follow a pattern of feeding, resting, and foraging again, allowing their bodies to digest the large quantities of food they consume. Sometimes, their foraging brings them into close contact with other species, from birds that follow them to scavenge insects stirred up by their movements, to smaller mammals that share the same food sources. The food they consume plays a major role in their survival, not just as a source of energy, but as a driver of their behavior in the jungle. The ability to find and consume a diverse array of food allows jungle elephants to thrive in an environment where resources are not always readily available. Through their foraging behavior, they help shape the landscape, support the forest biodiversity, and ensure their own survival in the dense jungle. As we continue our journey through the daily life of jungle elephants, we will see how their feeding and foraging habits are not only key to their survival, but also integral to the health of the forest ecosystem they call home. Navigating the jungle. In the vast and often disorienting expanse of the jungle, where the thick canopy of trees and dense undergrowth obscure the path ahead, jungle elephants possess an extraordinary ability to navigate through this complex landscape. Their keen memory, exceptional senses, and instinctive understanding of the forest are vital for their survival and help them maintain their connection to the ever-changing environment around them. In this segment, we explore the remarkable ways in which jungle elephants travel through their dense habitats, relying on an acute sense of direction and a memory that spans years, even decades. One of the most remarkable features of jungle elephants is their ability to remember and recognize landmarks, food sources, and migration routes that they may only visit seasonally. Their strong memory is a crucial asset in the jungle, where paths can become easily overgrown, and navigating through the foliage can be a challenge. The matriarch, with her decades of experience, leads the herd based on her exceptional mental map of the landscape, which is passed down to the younger members of the herd. This shared knowledge ensures that the herd can navigate the jungle confidently, even through areas that may seem unfamiliar or difficult to traverse. Elephants' memory is so precise that they can remember the locations of water sources, food-rich areas, and safe havens with remarkable accuracy. When droughts or seasonal changes make food and water scarce, it is the matriarch's deep memory of past routes and resources that guides the herd to new locations. The herd will follow her, even through thick underbrush and challenging terrain, because they trust in her knowledge and direction. Their ability to find these vital resources is not only a matter of survival for the herd, but also influences the broader ecosystem, as their movement patterns contribute to the regeneration of the forest by spreading seeds and creating clearings. Their physical senses also play a significant role in navigating the jungle. Elephants have an acute sense of smell, which they use to detect subtle changes in the environment and find their way to specific locations, like waterholes or fruit-bearing trees. Their sensitive trunks are capable of detecting scents carried by the wind, even from several kilometers away. This heightened sense of smell, combined with their sharp hearing, allows them to tune into sounds from other elephants or distant animals, helping them orient themselves in the dense and often noisy jungle environment. In addition to these sensory abilities, elephants also use tactile cues to navigate. They can feel vibrations in the ground through their sensitive feet, allowing them to sense the movement of other animals, detect thunderstorms in the distance, or even recognize the presence of other elephant herds through the vibrations they create. This ground-based communication helps them keep track of one another and remain oriented within the jungle. Despite their large size, jungle elephants are surprisingly agile when it comes to moving through dense vegetation. Their trunks, with their prehensile ability, can gently move aside branches, pull down vines, or even break through obstacles in their path. Their size also allows them to create pathways through thick undergrowth, which may later be used by other animals. This constant interaction with their environment ensures that jungle elephants play a critical role in shaping the landscape, often clearing paths for future generations and helping maintain the balance of the jungle ecosystem. Navigating the jungle is not simply a matter of physical ability. It's also an incredible demonstration of mental prowess. Jungle elephants rely on a blend of memory, sensory perception, and physical strength to maneuver through their environment. This deep understanding of the landscape, passed from one generation to the next, allows them to thrive in one of the most challenging habitats on Earth. As we continue to follow the jungle elephant's journey, we will witness how their navigation skills are essential for their survival, helping them maintain the delicate balance between movement, memory, and the dense jungle that surrounds them. Facing natural threats. In the dense and often unpredictable jungles, jungle elephants must constantly adapt to their environment and defend themselves against various natural threats. From predators that might pose a danger to their young to seasonal challenges like flooding and food scarcity, these majestic creatures employ a wide range of strategies to ensure their survival. In this segment, we explore how jungle elephants face these natural threats, using both physical strength and remarkable adaptability to thrive in a habitat that is as challenging as it is beautiful. While adult elephants have few natural predators due to their immense size and strength, their calves are vulnerable to predators such as big cats, wild dogs, and even crocodiles near water sources. To protect the youngest members of the herd, elephants rely on their strong family bonds and the vigilance of the matriarch. When predators are detected, the herd will form a protective circle around the calves, using their size and tusks as a deterrent. The matriarch is often the first to signal a threat, with the other adults quickly moving into position to safeguard the youngest elephants. This coordinated defense is not just a reaction to immediate danger, but also part of a learned response, passed down through generations. In addition to the direct threat of predators, jungle elephants face seasonal challenges that test their ability to survive. One of the most significant of these challenges is flooding, a common occurrence during the rainy season when rivers and streams overflow, submerging vast areas of the jungle. Elephants are well adapted to handle these floods due to their impressive swimming abilities. Their trunks act as snorkels, allowing them to breathe while swimming across flooded areas, and their large, powerful limbs help them navigate through the deep waters. During these floods, elephants are known to travel long distances to find higher ground or seek out areas where the water has receded, showing a remarkable ability to adapt to changing conditions. Another challenge elephants face is food scarcity during the dry season or when the jungle experiences droughts. As the jungle becomes less abundant with food sources, elephants rely heavily on the memory and knowledge passed down by the matriarch to find hidden resources. They may travel greater distances to reach waterholes or fruit-bearing trees that are still accessible. The herd will often work together to dig for roots and tubers, using their tusks to break through the soil and uncover hidden food sources beneath the ground. Even in times of scarcity, elephants' ability to adapt and share resources ensures that the herd as a whole can survive these difficult times. During these harsh seasons, the social structure of the herd becomes even more critical. The matriarch's leadership and the bond between herd members allow them to share food and water more effectively. Elephants may also reduce their activity during the hottest parts of the day, conserving energy until cooler hours when they can forage more efficiently. This collective effort helps them manage the resources they have, ensuring that each member of the herd, from the youngest calf to the oldest adult, has the best chance of survival. Jungle elephants also face other natural threats, such as diseases and insect infestations, which can spread quickly in the humid jungle environment. However, their strong social structure provides a built-in support system. When an elephant falls ill or is injured, the herd rallies around to offer protection and help in any way possible. If an elephant is sick or unable to keep up, the herd may slow its pace to ensure the safety of all members. This level of care and empathy is a hallmark of elephant society, where the survival of the individual is closely tied to the survival of the group. Ultimately, the jungle elephant's ability to defend itself against predators and adapt to seasonal challenges is a testament to its resilience and intelligence. By relying on their physical strength, social bonds, and the wisdom passed down through generations, elephants are able to navigate the many threats they face in their ever-changing jungle world. From standing together in the face of predators to braving the seasonal floods and food shortages, jungle elephants continue to thrive in an environment that demands adaptability, strength, and unity. As we move forward, we will uncover more of the remarkable ways these creatures confront the challenges of the jungle, ensuring their survival and the health of the ecosystem they sustain. The Great Journey, Migration Patterns and Routes. Migration is an essential part of the life cycle for many animals, and for jungle elephants, this incredible journey is no exception. Every year, these majestic creatures embark on long treks across the dense forest, following ancient routes passed down through generations. But why do jungle elephants migrate, and what drives them to travel such vast distances? In this episode, we delve into the migratory instincts of jungle elephants, exploring the factors that compel them to leave familiar areas and the traditional routes they follow as they move through the forest. Unlike many species that migrate in search of warmer climates or breeding grounds, jungle elephants' migration is closely tied to the availability of resources, primarily food and water. The jungle's dense vegetation and complex ecosystem create an environment that is highly seasonal. During the rainy season, water is plentiful and food is abundant. But as the dry season sets in and resources become scarcer, elephants are compelled to leave their established home ranges in search of fresh sources of food and water. The need for these vital resources drives the elephants to follow specific migratory paths that have been honed over thousands of years. The migration of jungle elephants is guided by a deep-seated, innate instinct. While the exact reasons behind the need for migration may vary depending on local conditions, the herd's matriarch plays a crucial role in ensuring that the elephants follow these routes. The matriarch, often the oldest and most experienced female in the herd, relies on her memory and the knowledge passed down to her to guide the herd. Her leadership is essential for navigating the sometimes treacherous terrain and for ensuring the herd's safety during their long journey. The route she follows is not just a random selection. It is a path her ancestors walked, marked by memories of past migrations, resources, and survival strategies. These migratory routes are often long and winding, sometimes spanning vast distances across the jungle. They are not just marked by geographical landmarks, but are deeply embedded in the collective memory of the herd. As the herd moves through the jungle, they encounter various challenges, from navigating thick underbrush and crossing rivers to avoiding potential predators. Despite these obstacles, the elephants continue their journey, driven by the memory of the abundant resources that await them at their destination. What makes the migration of jungle elephants so fascinating is their ability to retrace these ancient routes year after year, often without fail. This remarkable navigational skill is attributed to both their sharp memory and their heightened senses. Elephants can detect subtle changes in the environment that signal the presence of water or food, and they rely on their keen sense of smell and hearing to find these resources as they travel. In addition, elephants use landmarks such as specific trees, rivers, or even the position of the sun to guide them along their path, ensuring they stay on course. The migration of jungle elephants is not a solitary affair. It is a group effort, with the entire herd working together to stay on track and protect one another. As the elephants journey through the jungle, the younger members learn the migratory routes from the older members of the herd, absorbing the knowledge of the paths that have sustained their ancestors for generations. This transfer of knowledge is vital for the survival of the herd, as it ensures that each new generation is equipped to navigate the same routes and face the challenges of migration. Over time, these routes have become part of the elephant's cultural heritage, and they are not just about survival. They are about maintaining the deep connection between the herd, the land, and the history of their ancestors. The paths are etched into the elephant's collective consciousness, and through the matriarch's leadership, they continue to pass this knowledge on, ensuring that future generations will follow the same routes and sustain the ecological balance of the jungle. As we continue our exploration of the Great Migration, we will witness how these journeys are more than just a survival mechanism. They are a testament to the elephant's resilience, adaptability, and the intricate relationship they share with the land they call home. Through their migrations, jungle elephants not only ensure their own survival, but also contribute to the health of the forest by spreading seeds, creating new paths, and shaping the landscape for generations to come. Navigating challenges. Migration for jungle elephants is a remarkable and vital part of their life cycle, but the journey is not without its challenges. From natural hazards to human-made obstacles, these magnificent creatures face numerous dangers as they move across the forest in search of food and water. In this segment, we explore the various obstacles jungle elephants encounter during their migration and how they adapt to overcome these threats. One of the most significant natural challenges jungle elephants face during migration is navigating through the dense and often treacherous terrain. The jungle is filled with thick undergrowth, tangled vines, and steep slopes, making movement slow and difficult. Elephants, with their massive size, must maneuver carefully to avoid getting trapped or injured in the thick vegetation. In some areas, they may have to use their tusks to clear paths, pushing aside obstacles to create a route for the herd. During the rainy season, swollen rivers and flooded areas present further dangers. While elephants are strong swimmers, crossing fast-moving rivers or deep floodwaters can be risky, particularly when the herd is trying to move quickly or if the water levels rise suddenly. The elephants must work together to find safe crossing points, often guided by the matriarch's experience of previous routes. In addition to these physical challenges, jungle elephants must also contend with the presence of predators that may pose a threat, especially to the young calves. While adult elephants are rarely at risk from predators due to their size and strength, calves are vulnerable to attacks from big cats, wild dogs, or crocodiles near waterholes. As the herd migrates, the elephants must remain vigilant, constantly scanning their surroundings for potential threats. The matriarch leads the herd, ensuring that the calves are protected in the center of the group, with the older, stronger elephants forming a protective perimeter around them. This coordinated defense mechanism helps minimize the risk of predation as the herd moves through the jungle. However, In addition to natural challenges, jungle elephants face an increasing number of human-made barriers that complicate their migration routes. As human activity encroaches on the jungle, elephants find themselves navigating through farmlands, roads, and settlements that disrupt their traditional migration paths. Deforestation, agricultural expansion, and the construction of roads and infrastructure have divided the once continuous forests into fragmented patches, creating significant obstacles for the elephants. These human-made barriers can trap elephants in smaller, isolated areas, limiting their access to food and water, and forcing them to venture into human-populated areas in search of resources. Unfortunately, this often leads to conflicts between elephants and humans, with elephants raiding crops or even entering villages in search of food, sometimes resulting in injuries or fatalities on both sides. The construction of roads and railways presents another significant challenge. These man-made structures often cut across elephant migration routes, forcing the animals to cross busy highways or rail tracks in order to reach vital resources. In many cases, this has led to fatal collisions with vehicles or trains, further threatening their survival. Conservationists and wildlife protection agencies are working to create wildlife corridors, designated pathways that allow elephants to safely cross human infrastructure without harm. These corridors are designed to reconnect fragmented habitats and provide elephants with safe passage as they continue their migration. In some regions, elephants are also at risk from poaching, which has become a significant threat to their survival. Poachers target elephants for their tusks, and the ivory trade has had a devastating impact on elephant populations worldwide. During migration, elephants may be at higher risk of encountering poachers, particularly when they travel through areas that are less patrolled or more remote. The loss of older elephants, particularly the matriarchs, can disrupt the social structure of the herd, as these individuals are essential for guiding the group and maintaining its stability. As poaching remains a constant threat, conservation efforts are increasingly focused on protecting elephants during their migration by providing more stringent anti-poaching measures and working with local communities to promote peaceful coexistence. Despite these challenges, jungle elephants have developed a remarkable ability to adapt. Their resilience, intelligence, and strong social bonds enable them to navigate through even the most difficult circumstances. They are able to alter their migration routes in response to new barriers, relying on their memory and the leadership of the matriarch to find alternate paths. The herd works together to overcome obstacles, with each member playing a role in ensuring the safety and survival of the group. Whether it's clearing a path through thick vegetation, finding a safe crossing during floods, or avoiding human settlements, jungle elephants are continuously adapting to the changing world around them. The journey of the jungle elephant is not just one of survival, but of perseverance. They face an array of obstacles, some natural, some human-made. But through their strength, adaptability, and unity, they continue to thrive in one of the most complex ecosystems on Earth. Their migration is a testament to their resilience and an inspiring example of how, despite the challenges they face, they continue to navigate their world, ensuring the survival of their species and the health of the jungle ecosystem they help sustain. Importance of migration. The migration of jungle elephants is not only crucial for their survival, but also plays a vital role in maintaining the health and balance of the entire forest ecosystem. These incredible journeys help to regulate the forest growth, disperse seeds, and ensure the regeneration of plants and trees that are essential for the environment. In this segment, we will explore the profound impact that the elephant's migration has on forest regeneration, seed dispersal, and the overall ecological balance of the jungle. One of the most important contributions of jungle elephants during their migration is seed dispersal. As they travel through the dense forest, elephants consume vast amounts of plant material, including fruits, leaves, and bark. Many of the seeds contained in the fruits they eat pass through their digestive systems unharmed and are deposited far from the parent plant. This process, known as endozookery, is crucial for the survival of many plant species in the jungle. Elephants, by virtue of their large size and extensive migration routes, act as natural gardeners of the forest, spreading seeds over large distances, which allows plants to colonize new areas and grow in diverse locations. Without elephants and other animals that assist in seed dispersal, many of the trees and plants in the jungle would not be able to spread and thrive across such vast regions. As the elephants move, they create opportunities for new growth by breaking open fruiting bodies or knocking down branches of fruit trees. These actions expose seeds to the soil, allowing them to take root and grow in fertile areas. In addition, elephants are known to push over entire trees during their foraging, which, while seemingly destructive, plays a crucial role in forest regeneration. When a tree is knocked down, it creates gaps in the canopy, allowing sunlight to penetrate and reach the forest floor. This promotes the growth of younger plants and creates a space for new species to take root, contributing to the biodiversity of the jungle. Thus, the elephant's foraging and movement patterns directly stimulate the regeneration of plant life, which in turn supports a variety of other species that depend on these plants for food and shelter. Elephants are also crucial to the long-term health of the forest because of their role in controlling the population of certain plant species. Many of the trees that elephants feed on, such as saplings, vines, and shrubs, can grow quickly and dominate the landscape if left unchecked. By feeding on these plants, elephants prevent them from overtaking the forest, which allows a greater diversity of plant species to thrive. Without elephant selective feeding behavior, these fast-growing plants could potentially outcompete slower-growing species and disrupt the overall balance of the ecosystem. By trimming and pruning vegetation as they forage, elephants help to maintain a natural equilibrium, preventing certain species from becoming invasive and ensuring that the forest remains diverse and stable. The impact of elephant migration on ecosystem balance extends beyond plant life. As elephants travel, their physical presence and movements influence other species in the jungle. For example, by creating clearings or pathways through dense vegetation, elephants provide new routes for other animals to travel. These trails allow smaller animals like primates, birds, and reptiles to access resources more easily. In addition, the elephant's activities provide a variety of ecological niches for other creatures. For instance, when elephants break branches or fell trees, they create fallen logs and debris, which serve as homes for countless insects, fungi, and small mammals. These fallen trees can also act as food sources for other animals, contributing to a more complex and thriving ecosystem. Furthermore, elephants' movements help regulate water sources in the jungle. Their passage often leads to the creation of waterholes or puddles as they trample through wetland areas or along riverbanks. These newly formed water sources provide drinking water not only for elephants, but also for countless other species in the jungle, from birds and insects to other mammals. In this way, elephants contribute to maintaining the delicate balance of water availability in the forest, which is critical during dry spells or seasonal droughts. Elephants also have a profound influence on the biodiversity of the jungle through their social behaviors. As they migrate, they interact with a variety of species, both in subtle and direct ways. For instance, by passing through an area, elephants can stir up the ground and change the composition of the soil, which affects the growth patterns of different plants. The movement of their heavy bodies also creates disturbances in the forest floor, allowing new plants to germinate in disturbed soils. These interactions are essential for maintaining the dynamic nature of the jungle ecosystem, ensuring that the habitat remains conducive to a diverse range of species. Finally, the importance of migration extends to the elephant's role in maintaining the forest's ecological stability. Their large-scale movement through the jungle helps maintain a healthy food web by supporting not only plant life, but also the animals that depend on these plants. The presence of elephants in the forest supports a variety of other species, from insects and amphibians to larger mammals and predators. The jungle elephant's constant movement across different habitats helps keep the ecosystem in a state of natural flux, which is essential for its continued health and resilience. In essence, the migration of jungle elephants is a cornerstone of forest regeneration and biodiversity. As they travel across vast distances, They are not only ensuring their own survival, but also playing a critical role in maintaining the delicate balance of the jungle ecosystem. By dispersing seeds, creating pathways for other animals, regulating plant growth, and influencing water sources, jungle elephants contribute to a thriving and dynamic environment. Their journeys are not merely a matter of survival, but a testament to the interconnectedness of all life within the jungle, where every step they take reverberates through the forest, ensuring that it remains healthy, diverse, and flourishing for generations to come. Problem solving and memory. Jungle elephants are known not only for their physical strength, but also for their impressive cognitive abilities, which play a crucial role in their survival. Their intelligence is evident in their ability to solve complex problems, remember migration paths, and adapt to new situations. In this episode, we will explore the remarkable memory and problem-solving skills of jungle elephants, highlighting the role these cognitive abilities play in the elephants' daily lives and long-term survival. One of the most striking aspects of jungle elephants' intelligence is their remarkable memory, particularly when it comes to migration. Elephants are able to remember the locations of vital resources, such as waterholes, feeding grounds, and safe crossing points, even after years of traveling across dense forests. This memory is not merely based on visual landmarks, but is deeply ingrained in their spatial awareness. The matriarch, who leads the herd, is the primary keeper of this knowledge, guiding the group along traditional migration routes passed down through generations. The matriarch's ability to remember these paths, even in a constantly changing environment, is a key factor in the survival of the herd. Her experience helps the elephants navigate through seasonal changes, locating food and water sources, and avoiding potential dangers along the way. The memory of jungle elephants is also deeply connected to their social bonds. Elephants have the ability to recognize individuals from other herds, even after long periods of separation. This is particularly important when they encounter other elephants during migration or while searching for resources. Elephants can identify each other by their distinct vocalizations, physical characteristics, and even scent. This ability to remember and recognize individuals helps to maintain social connections within and between herds, ensuring that these bonds remain intact despite the elephants' long travels. In some cases, elephants have been observed to show emotional responses when reunited with long-lost family members, a testament to the depth of their memory and the significance of their social relationships. In addition to their memory, jungle elephants also possess exceptional problem-solving skills. They are known to use tools, such as branches or sticks, to assist them in tasks like scratching hard-to-reach areas or swatting away insects. This tool-use behavior demonstrates their ability to manipulate objects in their environment to achieve specific goals, a trait that is relatively rare in the animal kingdom. Elephants have also been observed engaging in cooperative problem-solving, particularly when they encounter challenges that require teamwork. For instance, when faced with obstacles like fallen trees or barriers blocking their path, elephants will work together to move or clear these obstacles. They may use their trunks to lift branches or push logs out of the way, demonstrating an understanding of the situation and the ability to collaborate as a group. Elephants' problem-solving skills extend beyond the physical realm. They also display remarkable emotional intelligence, particularly when it comes to caring for injured or distressed herd members. For example, if a calf is injured or struggling, other elephants in the herd will often display empathetic behavior, offering comfort and assistance. Older elephants, especially the matriarchs, are known to guide younger members through difficult situations, showing them how to overcome obstacles or avoid danger. This kind of problem-solving, rooted in empathy and cooperation, strengthens the bond between herd members and enhances the overall survival of the group. The role of the matriarch in guiding the herd is essential not only for decision-making, but also for teaching the younger elephants essential survival skills. Matriarchs impart their knowledge to the younger generation, demonstrating how to find food, navigate the jungle, and recognize the signs of potential threats. This intergenerational learning process is crucial for the continuity of the herd's migration patterns and survival strategies. Calves learn not only through direct observation, but also through trial and error, with older elephants providing guidance and corrective feedback when necessary. The ability to solve problems and adapt to new situations is passed down, ensuring that the knowledge needed for the herd's survival remains intact for future generations. In the face of changing environmental conditions, jungle elephants also show a remarkable ability to adapt their behavior. For example, during periods of drought or when food becomes scarce, elephants have been observed adjusting their foraging habits and exploring new areas for resources. They may alter their migration routes or seek out previously unvisited areas in search of water or food. This flexibility in behavior is a key factor in the elephant's ability to survive in the ever-changing jungle environment. Jungle elephants' problem-solving abilities are also seen in their interactions with humans. In areas where human-elephant conflict is common, elephants have been observed altering their behavior to avoid direct confrontation with humans. For example, they may alter their feeding habits or travel at night when human activity is less frequent, demonstrating an understanding of human patterns and a desire to minimize conflict. In some cases, elephants have been known to communicate with humans by damaging crops or fences to signal their presence, allowing humans to take preventative measures. This level of problem-solving not only highlights their intelligence, but also their capacity for adapting to a world increasingly influenced by human activity. In addition to their memory and problem-solving skills, jungle elephants also exhibit an impressive level of emotional intelligence. They are known to experience a wide range of emotions, including joy, grief, and empathy. Elephants form deep emotional connections with one another, and their strong social bonds are often displayed in moments of distress or celebration. For example, when a member of the herd passes away, the surviving elephants may exhibit behaviors that suggest mourning, such as touching the bones of the deceased, staying close to the body, or remaining quiet for long periods. This emotional depth underscores the complexity of the elephant's mind, showing that their intelligence is not limited to memory and problem-solving, but also extends to their emotional and social lives. Through their memory, problem-solving abilities, and emotional intelligence, jungle elephants demonstrate the depth of their cognitive capabilities. Their ability to adapt to new challenges, work together as a group, and retain crucial knowledge across generations highlights their remarkable intelligence. These mental and emotional traits are essential for their survival in the jungle, allowing them to navigate the complexities of their environment, maintain strong social connections, and overcome the obstacles they encounter on their migration. In many ways, the minds of jungle elephants are as intricate and fascinating as the ecosystems they inhabit, showcasing a unique blend of intellect, empathy, and adaptability that is essential for the continued survival of their species. Complex communication. Jungle elephants have a sophisticated system of communication that goes far beyond simple vocalizations. Their ability to convey complex messages and maintain social cohesion within their herds is a remarkable aspect of their intelligence and emotional depth. In this segment, we will explore the diverse ways in which jungle elephants communicate, from their vocalizations to the use of body language and even vibrations, and how these methods help them navigate the challenges of their dense, often hostile environment. One of the most prominent forms of communication among jungle elephants is through sound. Elephants produce a wide range of vocalizations, each with a specific meaning or purpose. These sounds include trumpets, rumbles, growls, and bellows, which are used in different contexts, from signaling danger to expressing affection or excitement. For example, the high-pitched trumpets are often used in moments of joy, like a calf greeting its mother or a successful reunion after a separation. However, their rumbles are perhaps the most fascinating aspect of their vocal communication. These low-frequency rumbles, often inaudible to human ears, can travel for miles through the dense jungle. Elephants use these rumbles to communicate over long distances, especially when they are spread out in search of food or water. This ability to communicate over great distances is essential for maintaining contact within the herd, particularly when the jungle's thick vegetation makes visual communication difficult. The rumbles also carry emotional and informational content. For example, a deep, resonant rumble might signal distress, while a series of rapid rumbles could indicate excitement or a call to gather. In many instances, elephants use these rumbles to convey their location to other members of the herd or to warn them of potential threats, such as predators or human presence. The subtle differences in the tone, frequency, and rhythm of these rumbles allow elephants to convey a wide array of messages, which helps maintain harmony and coordination within the herd. In addition to their vocalizations, elephants communicate through body language and visual signals. These visual cues include the position of their ears, trunk movements, and the way they carry their tusks. For instance, a raised trunk can indicate curiosity or alertness, while flapping ears can be a sign of excitement or an attempt to cool down. When an elephant is feeling threatened, it may raise its head high, puff its ears out, and stand still to assess the situation. On the other hand, when an elephant feels relaxed and at ease, it may lower its head, wag its trunk, or even reach out to touch a fellow herd member with its trunk, which is a sign of affection or bonding. The most fascinating aspect of elephant communication, however, lies in their use of vibrations. Elephants are known to have an extraordinary sensitivity to vibrations that travel through the ground. This ability, known as seismic communication, allows them to detect sounds and movements that are too subtle for humans or most animals to perceive. Elephants can pick up on vibrations created by other elephants' footsteps, vocalizations, or even the movement of distant animals. This sensitivity to seismic waves enables elephants to communicate over vast distances, even through thick forests or across large plains. When an elephant stomps or vocalizes, the vibrations travel through the ground and can be felt by other elephants who are far away, allowing them to receive messages without the need for direct sight or sound. Seismic communication is particularly useful in dense jungle environments, where visual contact is often limited and vocalizations may be muffled. Through their sensitive feet, elephants can detect vibrations from several kilometers away, and they often use this ability to coordinate movement with other herd members. For example, a matriarch may signal the rest of the herd by stomping her foot, sending out vibrations that the others can sense, prompting them to gather or adjust their movement. This method of communication also plays a key role in the elephant's ability to navigate through the jungle. As they move through the forest, they create seismic signals that are picked up by other members of the herd, keeping them connected and aware of each other's movements. Elephants also communicate through their interactions with the environment. For example, when foraging, elephants may uproot trees or break branches, and these actions send seismic waves that can be detected by other elephants nearby. The information shared through these environmental interactions is essential for finding food sources and avoiding obstacles. In this way, elephants create a shared network of information where both vocal signals and seismic vibrations contribute to the herd's overall awareness of their surroundings. In addition to the direct communication between elephants, their vocalizations and vibrations can also influence other species within the jungle. For instance, when elephants communicate loudly, it can serve as a warning to smaller animals or predators in the area. The presence of elephants can be sensed by other creatures through their vibrations, signaling that larger animals are nearby. This indirect communication helps regulate the behaviors of other species, contributing to the overall balance of the jungle ecosystem. Interestingly, elephants also exhibit forms of communication that reflect their emotional states. For example, when an elephant is grieving, it may emit low-frequency rumbles that express sorrow, while simultaneously making physical gestures like touching the remains of a deceased herd member or standing in silence for extended periods. These behaviors highlight the emotional depth of elephants and their ability to communicate complex feelings, not just to other elephants, but also to the surrounding environment. The relationship between elephants and their communication methods is a fascinating example of how these creatures have adapted to their environment over millennia. Through a combination of vocalizations, body language, and seismic vibrations, elephants have developed an incredibly sophisticated way of sharing information, maintaining social bonds, and navigating the dense jungle. These complex communication methods are vital for their survival, enabling them to function as a cohesive group in the often challenging conditions of the jungle. As we continue to explore the minds of jungle elephants, it becomes clear that their communication system is a key component of their success. It allows them to coordinate movement, avoid dangers, maintain family bonds, and navigate the complexities of their environment. The ability to send messages across vast distances, even in the most dense and challenging habitats, speaks to the intelligence and social complexity of these magnificent animals. By studying their communication, we gain not only a deeper understanding of elephants, but also a greater appreciation for the incredible diversity of life in the jungle. Empathy and emotion, the heart of elephant families. Jungle elephants are not only known for their incredible intelligence and communication skills, but also for the profound emotional connections they share within their families and communities. Their deep sense of empathy and emotional bonding are integral to their survival and the strength of their social structure. In this segment, we will delve into the emotional world of jungle elephants, exploring how they experience love, grief, joy, and empathy, and how these emotions shape their lives in the dense forest they call home. At the core of elephant social life is the powerful bond between family members. The family unit, led by the matriarch, is the foundation of an elephant's emotional world. These strong family ties are not only about mutual care, but also emotional support. A mother elephant's affection for her calf is palpable, demonstrated through gentle touches with her trunk, tender nuzzles, and the way she keeps her young close at all times. The relationship between mother and calf is one of the most significant in the animal kingdom, with the mother teaching her calf essential survival skills and providing emotional security. This bond is lifelong, with adult elephants remaining in close contact with their families throughout their lives. However, it is not just mothers and their calves that share emotional bonds. Jungle elephants also exhibit remarkable empathy toward their extended family members. For example, older siblings, cousins, and aunts will often look after and protect the younger elephants. They will help guide them during migration, teach them how to forage for food, and even step in to provide comfort if a calf becomes frightened or distressed. This intergenerational care system ensures that young elephants grow up with a strong sense of security, knowing that their family will always be there to protect them. The most poignant demonstrations of elephant empathy, however, come in times of distress or grief. Elephants are known to experience profound mourning when a loved one dies. They exhibit behaviors that strongly suggest mourning, such as staying with the deceased, touching their body with their trunks, and even covering the body with branches or leaves. In some cases, elephants have been observed standing in silence for hours, seemingly in tribute to the departed. These mourning rituals highlight the depth of emotional connection that elephants have with each other. Their ability to grieve and show respect for the dead reflects the complexity of their emotional lives and their capacity for empathy. One particularly touching example of elephant empathy was observed when a calf in a jungle herd was injured. The mother elephant stayed by her calf's side, constantly offering comfort and protection, while other members of the herd showed concern. Aunts and older siblings gathered around, keeping watch for predators and helping guide the mother and calf to safer areas. Despite the calf's injury, the herd remained united, with each elephant contributing to the care of the vulnerable member. This cooperative effort is a testament to the deep emotional bonds that exist within elephant families, where the welfare of one member is closely tied to the welfare of the whole group. In another instance, an elephant matriarch was seen displaying extraordinary empathy toward a distressed herd member. The younger elephant had become separated from the herd during a migration, and after being reunited, the matriarch stood beside the trembling calf, gently touching it with her trunk and offering comforting rumbles. Her actions reflected not only an understanding of the calf's emotional state, but also an acknowledgement of the importance of emotional support in the herd. This deep sense of empathy was further evident when the matriarch led the herd back along their migration path, ensuring the calf stayed close and safe. Jungle elephants also display emotional connections with other species in the forest. They have been known to show concern for other animals in distress, and there are several recorded instances of elephants trying to help smaller creatures. One example involved a herd of elephants that came across a trapped baboon. The elephants, sensing the baboon's panic, approached it cautiously, and after a few moments, one of the elephants used its trunk to gently pull the baboon free from the entangled branches. The baboon, initially frightened, calmed down as the elephant displayed what seemed like a comforting gesture. This incident, though rare, illustrates the deep empathy elephants can extend beyond their own kind, recognizing suffering and responding with compassion. But empathy within the elephant herd is not limited to moments of distress. It is also seen in their joy and playful interactions. Young elephants engage in playful activities, such as chasing each other through the jungle, mock fighting, or splashing in water holes. These playful behaviors are not only a form of social bonding, but also a way for elephants to express happiness and joy. When a calf is born, the entire herd celebrates, often trumpeting and flapping their ears in excitement. The new arrival is welcomed with open trunks and tender nuzzles, as the herd shares in the joy of the mother elephant's achievement. This shared joy strengthens the emotional bonds within the family, ensuring that the calves grow up in an environment rich in love and affection. The emotional intelligence of elephants is further demonstrated by their responses to the emotions of other herd members. When a member of the herd is anxious, nervous, or stressed, the other elephants often respond with calming behaviors. They might approach the anxious individual and gently touch them with their trunks, or they may surround the distressed elephant, offering physical and emotional comfort. These responses reflect the herd's deep sensitivity to each other's emotional states, reinforcing the idea that elephant communication is not just about exchanging information, but also about providing emotional support. In the wild, where dangers from predators and environmental challenges are constant, the emotional connections between elephants can be a matter of survival. The herd's ability to stay connected emotionally and the ways they offer support to one another are essential in navigating the jungle's challenges. The sense of solidarity within the group ensures that each elephant's well-being is prioritized, and the emotional bonds formed within the herd play a crucial role in helping them endure the hardships they face. Guardians of the forest. Ecological impact of jungle elephants. Elephants as forest architects, shaping the jungle for new life. Jungle elephants are not only majestic creatures, but also crucial players in maintaining the delicate balance of the forest ecosystem. One of their most significant roles is that of forest architects, where their feeding habits and movements shape the landscape in ways that benefit the entire forest. In this episode, we will explore how jungle elephants, through their natural behaviors, create pathways, clearings, and openings that transform the forest environment, promoting biodiversity and enabling new plant growth. Jungle elephants are known for their voracious appetites, consuming vast amounts of vegetation every day. While this might seem like a destructive force at first glance, the truth is that their feeding habits actually help to maintain the health of the forest. As elephants forage through dense jungle vegetation, they trample and uproot shrubs, saplings, and small trees. This may seem damaging, but in reality, it creates clearings where sunlight can penetrate to the forest floor. Without these openings, the dense canopy would block sunlight, preventing other plants from receiving the energy they need to grow. These clearings serve as prime spaces for a variety of plants to take root and flourish. Species that require more sunlight to thrive, such as grasses, shrubs, and young trees, find a foothold in these newly exposed areas. By clearing away dense vegetation, elephants create microhabitats that support a range of plant life, from small herbaceous plants to large trees that will eventually provide shelter for other creatures in the jungle. In this way, elephants act as essential contributors to forest regeneration, allowing new plant species to grow and contribute to the overall diversity of the ecosystem. Beyond their ability to create clearings, elephants also help to spread seeds throughout the forest. Many of the plants that elephants feed on have fruits or seeds that pass through their digestive systems and are deposited elsewhere in the forest. These seeds, now covered in nutrient-rich elephant dung, are ready to germinate and grow in new areas. This process, known as seed dispersal, is critical for maintaining forest biodiversity. Elephants, by moving across vast territories, help to distribute seeds far and wide, promoting plant growth in different areas of the forest. In some parts of the jungle, elephants are even responsible for the spread of certain plant species that depend on their digestive system for successful germination. For example, the seeds of certain fruit-bearing plants are too large to be dispersed by smaller animals or insects, but the elephant's digestive tract provides just the right environment for these seeds to survive. After being deposited in elephant dung, the seeds find new areas to grow, helping these plants establish themselves in different parts of the forest. The effect of elephants as forest architects goes beyond just plant life. By creating pathways through dense vegetation, they also make the forest more navigable for other animals. These pathways become highways for smaller creatures like monkeys, antelopes, and even birds. The wide paths elephants create through the jungle allow these animals to move more easily in search of food, water, and shelter. In this way, elephants play a vital role in facilitating the movement of a range of species, contributing to the overall functioning of the ecosystem. These pathways also provide a natural means for water to flow during the rainy season. By clearing trees and shrubs along riverbanks, elephants help to shape the flow of water, which can prevent soil erosion and maintain healthy riparian zones. These riparian areas, rich with vegetation, are vital for maintaining water quality and providing food and shelter for many species of fish and amphibians. While elephants are often seen as the gentle giants of the jungle, their impact on the landscape is nothing short of transformative. Through their movements, they create the very framework that allows the forest to thrive. As they feed, travel, and interact with their environment, elephants play a crucial role in maintaining the health and vitality of the jungle, ensuring that new life can emerge and that the forest remains a thriving, biodiverse ecosystem. In the dense jungle, where light is scarce and the competition for resources is fierce, the presence of elephants has a profound effect on the environment. Their activities help to create the conditions that allow for new generations of plants to take root, and their movements ensure that the forest remains dynamic and resilient. The clearings they create provide habitats for a variety of species, from insects and birds to larger mammals, all of whom depend on the elephant's ability to shape the landscape. In addition to their role as landscape shapers, elephants also contribute to the forest ecosystem through their dung. Elephant dung is a valuable resource for the forest, acting as a natural fertilizer that enriches the soil with nutrients. This dung supports the growth of plants, mushrooms, and other organisms that rely on it for sustenance. In this way, elephants contribute to the overall health of the forest, not only by creating space for new plants to grow, but also by enriching the soil in which these plants take root. The elephant's role as guardians of the forest extends beyond their immediate surroundings. Their movements influence the entire ecosystem, from the tallest trees to the tiniest microorganisms in the soil. Their presence helps to regulate the forest structure, ensuring that the plants and animals within it can thrive in a balanced environment. Without elephants, the landscape would likely become more homogeneous, with fewer opportunities for new species to emerge. Jungle elephants are more than just inhabitants of the forest. They are its architects and guardians. Through their feeding habits, movements, and interactions with the environment, they shape the jungle into a vibrant and diverse ecosystem. By clearing paths, dispersing seeds, and enriching the soil, elephants create the conditions for new life to flourish, making them indispensable to the health and vitality of the forest. As we explore their role as forest architects, we come to understand just how deeply these incredible creatures are intertwined with the very fabric of the jungle. Their presence ensures the continuity of life in the forest, preserving its beauty, diversity, and resilience for generations to come. Guardians of the forest, ecological impact of jungle elephants. Seed dispersal and biodiversity. The role of elephants in supporting plant diversity. Jungle elephants, as massive herbivores, play a surprisingly delicate and essential role in maintaining the ecological balance of their environment. One of the most crucial ways they contribute to forest health is through seed dispersal, a process that not only aids in plant reproduction, but also supports biodiversity across the entire jungle. In this segment, we explore how elephants act as natural gardeners, helping to ensure that plant life thrives and that the forest remains diverse and sustainable. Elephants are indiscriminate feeders, consuming a wide variety of plants, including fruits, leaves, bark, and flowers. Many of the fruits they consume contain large seeds, which elephants often swallow whole. As these seeds pass through their digestive systems, they are deposited elsewhere in the forest in nutrient-rich dung, creating ideal conditions for germination. This natural process of seed dispersal enables plants to spread across vast areas of the jungle, far beyond where they originally grew. The forest becomes a mosaic of diverse plant species, thanks to the elephants' travels and their habit of carrying seeds from one place to another. What makes elephants particularly effective at seed dispersal is their large size and their wide-ranging movements. Unlike smaller creatures, whose movements may be limited to specific areas of the jungle, elephants cover vast territories during their migrations. This means that they can disperse seeds across a variety of habitats, from dense forests to open clearings, and even along riverbanks. As elephants roam, they help to establish plant populations in different microhabitats, ensuring that the forest remains a dynamic, ever-changing ecosystem. The role of elephants in seed dispersal is especially important for certain tree species that rely on large herbivores to transport their seeds. Some trees, such as the iconic baobab or the towering hardwoods of the jungle, produce fruits with seeds that are too large to be carried by smaller animals or insects. The seeds of these trees are tough and can survive the harsh conditions of an elephant's digestive system. Once they pass through, the seeds are deposited in a new location where they can begin to grow, taking root in fertile, elephant dung-enriched soil. In addition to facilitating plant growth, elephants also contribute to forest regeneration by aiding the spread of key plant species that may otherwise struggle to establish themselves in the dense, competitive jungle environment. For example, many plant species in the jungle rely on elephants to open up spaces in the forest canopy, allowing more sunlight to reach the forest floor. The large clearings elephants create when they feed help to create microhabitats where new plants can take hold. These clearings, combined with seed dispersal, ensure that the forest can continue to regenerate over time, supporting a rich diversity of plant life. Not only do elephants contribute to the spread of individual plant species, but they also help to maintain genetic diversity among plant populations. By moving across the landscape, elephants ensure that seeds from different parent trees are spread across a wider area, increasing the chances for cross-pollination and the introduction of new genetic material into the plant gene pool. This genetic diversity is essential for the long-term health of plant populations, as it helps to ensure that the species can adapt to changing environmental conditions, resist diseases, and continue to thrive in the jungle. Elephants also play a critical role in maintaining the diversity of plant species that make up the jungle's complex food web. By dispersing the seeds of a wide variety of plants, they ensure that the forest supports a rich array of herbivores, which, in turn, provide food for predators. This intricate web of plant and animal relationships forms the foundation of the entire jungle ecosystem. Without the elephant's role in seed dispersal, certain plant species would fail to establish themselves, leading to a decline in the availability of food sources for herbivores and ultimately predators. Interestingly, the seeds that elephants spread are not limited to the plants they eat. Elephants also inadvertently transport seeds of plants that they don't consume, but which cling to their skin or are carried on their tusks and feet. As elephants move through the jungle, these hitchhiking seeds are spread across great distances, creating new opportunities for plant species to establish themselves in areas where they might not otherwise have had the chance. Moreover, the impact of elephants on plant biodiversity goes beyond just the immediate forest environment. By feeding on certain species of plants, elephants help to maintain a balance between competing vegetation, ensuring that no one species becomes overly dominant. This, in turn, allows for a greater diversity of plants to flourish, each playing its unique role in supporting the broader ecosystem. For example, elephants are known to control the growth of invasive plant species, allowing native plants to thrive. By eating or uprooting invasive species, elephants help prevent them from overtaking the landscape and disrupting the natural balance of the forest. Through their role in seed dispersal and maintaining plant biodiversity, elephants ensure that the forest remains a dynamic and thriving ecosystem. The plants they help to spread provide food, shelter, and medicine for countless other species, from insects to birds, mammals, and reptiles. The interconnectedness of all life in the jungle relies on the contributions of each species, and elephants, through their unique feeding and movement patterns, help to keep the system running smoothly. Guardians of the forest, ecological impact of jungle elephants. Impact on other species. Benefiting from elephants' paths and resources. Jungle elephants are not just shaping their environment for their own needs. Their movements and behaviors directly benefit a wide range of other species in the forest. As forest architects, they create pathways, clearings, and resources that are vital to the survival of many creatures. In this segment, we'll dive into how other animals in the jungle thrive thanks to the elephant's influence on their surroundings. One of the most significant ways elephants impact other species is by creating clear paths through the dense jungle. These pathways are not just shortcuts for elephants, but vital corridors for smaller animals. Monkeys, leopards, antelopes, and a host of other creatures take advantage of the trails elephants leave behind, using them to navigate the thick undergrowth more easily. For animals like primates, who might spend their days moving between trees and foraging for food, the paths provide a more efficient means of travel. The trails created by elephants essentially serve as highways through the jungle, ensuring that smaller creatures can move freely between different parts of their habitat. For herbivores like antelopes, these elephant-created pathways often lead to new sources of food and water. The clearings elephants create when feeding on dense vegetation allow for grasses and shrubs to flourish in areas that would otherwise be shaded by the canopy. These new growths attract a variety of plant-eating animals that rely on these spaces to find fresh food. Similarly, elephants' movements also help ensure that access to water sources is easier for many species. By trampling through vegetation along rivers and streams, elephants help to open up areas where water is accessible, enabling other animals to reach vital hydration points during the dry season. Elephants also create vital habitats for various species through their feeding habits. When they consume large amounts of vegetation, they inadvertently provide a source of food for other animals. Birds, insects, and smaller mammals often flock to elephant dung, where they feed on the seeds and nutrients found in the elephant's waste. The dung itself becomes a mini ecosystem, supporting a variety of organisms that depend on it for sustenance. In this way, elephants contribute to a cycle of life that benefits other species, from the decomposition of their dung to the spread of seeds that grow into new plants. Interestingly, the very presence of elephants in the jungle can lead to an increase in animal activity in the areas they frequent. As elephants clear paths, they sometimes disturb the habitat of other animals, causing some species to move into new areas. This disturbance can help create space for animals that were once confined to the dense forest to spread out and find new homes. Predators like big cats, which hunt in the jungle, benefit from the larger, more open spaces that elephants create, as they have more opportunities to stalk prey and ambush smaller animals that use the elephant trails. Elephants also influence the behavior of other species in ways that can be more subtle but equally important. For instance, when elephants forage, they often rip off the bark of trees, uproot plants, and break branches. This not only creates space for new plant species to grow, but also provides shelter for smaller animals like insects and amphibians. The fallen trees and broken branches can serve as homes for various creatures, such as frogs, reptiles, and insects that depend on decaying wood or dense underbrush for shelter. These species, in turn, create food sources for predators higher up in the food chain. The relationship between elephants and the forest ecosystem is deeply symbiotic. While elephants benefit from the abundance of food and resources in their environment, Their activities create opportunities for other species to survive and thrive. This interconnected web of life ensures the stability and biodiversity of the entire ecosystem. Without elephants, many of the benefits they provide to other animals would not exist. The paths they create, the clearings they form, and the resources they leave behind are crucial for maintaining the balance of life in the jungle. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. And remember, protecting the jungle means protecting life itself. If you have enjoyed this journey so far, don't hesitate to come back for more. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do so now. Give us a thumbs up and turn on the notification bell so as not to miss our subsequent education and informative videos.